Hello, lore folk. We got LoreBoy James here, and I just want to let you know that this is not our typical lore episode, but instead this is a stream that we had that included our mailbag, so a bunch of listener mail from folks like you, along with a game of Who Said It, where we pull clips, or quotes rather, from our old episodes, and we have the LoreBoys themselves, along with chat, try and guess who said what. If you're here for just lore, this might not be the one for you, but if you're here for us having a good time, having some fun, talking about past episodes and things like that, then this is totally for you. So strap up and get ready for 2 hours of content. There are a couple small audio issues because of we needed to use backup audio, but other than that, I think it's quite listenable. So enjoy, guys. I had a lot of fun recording it. LoreBoys here with a very special episode. We are live on twitch.tv/TheLoreBoys with myself, James Miller, and
Ethan Palmer. So if you're listening to this on the podcast feed, you should probably just head over to LoreBoys to catch the end of it, right? That's how it works.
And Peter O'Donoghue. Hello, everybody.
Cool. So the whole idea, what's the idea, Ethan? What are we doing here?
Well, we've been telling you guys for a while. Thanks to everyone who sent in emails and asked us questions on Discord and stuff like that. We're going to be going through them, reading what you guys have to wrote. We're going to be watching a video that somebody sent in, which is very exciting, and reading some memes that somebody emailed to us. Somebody's been emailing us memes, which is very exciting. So we'll pull those up for the.
We put a call to action for someone to make a dating video, like a VHS, like applying to date us kind of thing. And someone came through. So stick around because that's something to look forward to.
It's gonna happen. Cool. Yeah. So we'll probably just jump right into it. If anybody in Twitch chat has any questions, you can go ahead and ask them. Any conversation that these emails might start.
After the clean intro, it's all informal from here, baby. So feel free.
We're gonna start it off with an email from November 25th. Is that really how long we've been sitting on these? God.
Yeah, because we got like 3 in a row, and then we were like, hey, why don't we just do a mailbag? That seems easy. And now it's February 2021.
Literally 3 months later. Joe Danichi says, I've really been enjoying listening to the podcast during these slow work days. If possible, I'd love to hear more SCP and Warcraft lore. I was also wondering if the podcasts were streamed. I guess this one is. I saw the Twitch link on the website, but didn't see any VODs. Anyways, thank you for the content you guys put out. I think
that dude must like me, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
He picked all my topics.
I think I think streaming the episodes is something that we'd all love to do. It's just not something that any of us really has put the effort into doing. Maybe someday we'll stream more episodes like this. If this one turns out to be successful, then why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and to Jamie's point, I think a lot of people tend to like, but I mean, it kind of makes sense because like you pick episodes to cover that you are interested in, and I pick episodes to cover that I'm interested in. So somebody who shares my interest is going to typically like all my like the D&D and Magic the Gathering episodes versus other ones, right?
My go-tos are either a game that I'm playing actively right now, or something that like has caught my interest. Or if I don't know what I want to do, I will go to usually like an old game that's kind of lore light that we can like kind of weave our own story through. Because I think to me that's the funnest stuff. Is not whenever we're getting the lore perfectly correct. It's like when we're just having fun.
But also something that's like fucking memeable. Like we did Battletoads, which the memes of Battletoads are way deeper than anything about like those dudes who abandoned their families to be toads in VR forever.
Yeah, what up, Humerius? That's one of my guildies. He's a pretty good shaman. I don't know if he's top of the line, but he's all right.
Does he parse top 99 or?
Yeah, he's a higher person than me right now, but don't tell him I told you that.
Cool. One of you guys want to read an email?
I'll go because we've got.
I guess we could answer his question or his broaching SCP and Warcraft lore. I think we have plans to plumb the SCP deeper, and we're always willing to do Warcraft lore. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah,
definitely more of that stuff coming up in the future.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have an email from Dakota. This Dakota's basically like a fucking LoreBoys pensioner at this point. Like, they've been around since Bonkel, since Bionicle back in the days. Always like one of the most supportive and helpful people. Also patron, like top tier.
One of the best people we got out there.
Yeah,
one of our best fellas.
Yeah. One of our best lore folk down in the lore fields, growing lore potatoes.
Yeah.
Which I think is our current crop. I know we do the rotation.
Mm-hmm. Just corn, clams.
Gotta keep sulfides out of the dirt.
Lore clams last year, you go clam potato.
Yeah. The lore fiefdom is on a coastline, so we can go from clams to potatoes fairly easily.
Yeah.
What is this a fucking PEI? We just go like piss clams and like russet potatoes is all we've got.
The PEI of podcasts, they call it.
What did Dakota have to say?
Well, more SCP, naturally. We say, hey, LoreBoys. I've been loving the episodes recently, especially the Warhammer series, Ethan. Still waiting on that Necron episode, though, which we did. Also, they type y'all.
Cover it in the next half of that sentence, Peter.
Right, yeah. That was the thing. Sorry, because I'm just going to get a little spicy here. And also, Dakota has always types y'all, which I love. I know they're from Florida, and it's like, I see. It's like terminal Florida.
You have to wonder if it's like that feels like a Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I know y'all did an episode on the Necron tier, but those aren't the Necron. Smiley emoticon. Okay. The SCP episodes are awesome too, but y'all keep getting the object classes a bit mixed up. Object classes are a designator on how difficult containing the object is, not necessarily how dangerous it is. Safe is stuff that doesn't require many resources to contain. Things like appliances and stuff that can't move on their own are considered safe. Euclid is stuff that is harder to contain, requiring more resources and stuff. Most sentient/autonomous SCPs are considered Euclid because of the inherent unpredictability of an object that can act on its own. Keter is extremely difficult to contain consistently or reliably. A Keter SCP does not mean the SCP is dangerous, just simply very, very difficult to contain. So this makes sense with that fat dude who teleports into your bed when you're jerking off. Because he was a Keter SCP, but well, I mean, like emotionally harmful. But that's not those are the scars that don't heal. We're talking about like visible damage, right? Like that you can call your insurance about.
I love that guy. He pulls out moist, like cheesy from his undergarment, and he's like, "Don't worry, I don't mind." Like anyone asks, kind of thing.
So SCP-4999 is a great example of a Keter class SCP that is almost 100% harmless. So I guess we'll look at that at some point. Thanks again for the amazing content. Just wanted to get that sorted for my own sanity and figured I haven't sent an email in a while, so it was a good opportunity. Much love from Jester/Dakota. And this was November 25th as well.
There you go. Thanks for that. We know we messed stuff up, okay? We know we're big dummies. But we appreciate you guys correcting us on it. Can I just say the email? Oh, hey, Jester. As they pop in the chat. The email has like half of a sentence that changes font to like a really weird font.
Yeah, it goes from like computer to typewriter.
Yeah, and it's when it goes unpredictability of an object that can act or think on its own, and that just seems like the computer typing that sentence had like a hard time or something. I don't know. It was really
Maybe that email itself is an SCP, and Jamie can write his own for the site, for the wiki.
We had someone write us their own SCP. It was something about someone in the woods. It seemed kind of cool.
The SCP-4999 that Jester referenced in the email is a guy who apparently just shows up when someone's dying alone and just watches them.
Oh, yeah. I watched that one, actually. It's really cool. And he helps them along, too. It's not like he just watches them die. He, takes the pain away and kind of just like helps them ease it into the afterlife. Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, like one of those like retirement home cats.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he offers people a cigarette. He's more likely to show up if the person like lives alone, is not religious, so is not comforted by their God in their final moments. If they're poor or homeless, history of mental illness, is a military veteran, no criminal record. I've never been convicted of a criminal crime, which is a weird one for me, but no currently surviving family, unmarried, or otherwise lacks a significant other, has little to no social standing in their community, does not exhibit any record of significant professional or personal accomplishments. So we'll all be, the LoreBoys will all be visited by this guy.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah. Oh, he gives him a cigarette too. That's right.
Pata from Texas, Big Fat Texas, says hi.
Yeah, what up, Padawan Jer? What up, all my guts? Hello, Darnell.
I wish you a big fat. Hope you stay safe. Hey, Helios. How's that?
Oh, it's Darnell. How you doing, man?
Cool.
Oh god, we got such a good fucking Instagram message a couple of days ago from a guy in Texas who was just like, could really use one of those Check on Texas t-shirts right now.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
I got another email here from Dutch Peter.
Yes, my boy.
He says, hey boyos, Dutch Peter here. Wanted to check in with you and compliment you on the great episodes you've done since the last time we had contact. Enjoyed the hell out of the Dante episodes. Hell. And wanted to make you aware of the Mythgard podcast, which has started to go through the Inferno. Really good stuff to get to know. Dante and the Inferno, even better. They also have a series of podcasts about all sorts of literature, like Dracula, Dune. Yes, Ethan, Dune. The series Dune by Frank Herbert Ethan. The Dune we are anxiously awaiting to appear in the podcast. Ethan, winky face. To close some of my suggestions, Earthworm Jim, Starlancer, Freelancer lore, OG Warcraft lore pre-WoW, Crimson Skies lore. So we've got our Earthworm Jim already, and OG Warcraft is something I've been working on. I've been playing through Remastered, but haven't got around to it yet.
It's funny, we took the Earthworm Jim request from this email without reading it on air because we knew we were going to do a mailbag eventually.
James and Ethan look like their voices should be swapped.
All my guts said none of us look the way we sound. So
really,
for people listening on the podcast feed, I guess you'll have to swing by the Twitch sometime to verify for yourself.
That's funny that it's just some of the first times anyone's seeing our faces.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had the same feeling that my brother and me, when I saw all their faces, and then after a while, it really helps you get to know like what you're hearing too. Though when you can see
my brother, Mabim Bam didn't mess me up so bad, but the dollop, I actually can't watch when Ariane's like, if she has like a YouTube video or something up of like Dave Anthony and Gareth up, I can't watch it. It fucks me up too much. I'm like, that's not what you guys should look like. You're different in my head. So I have to look away basically.
Right. And it was OG Warcraft, not Orgy Warcraft.
OG Warcraft. Dutch Peter has like this bad habit of totally knowing exactly what kind of shit I used to love, because Crimson Skies was like my second or third favorite Xbox, the first game. Like for me, it was Mech Assault, Halo 2, obviously, and then Crimson Skies, which I never beat because I was fucking terrible at playing video games. But it was another like WizKids, like Babby's first Warhammer, like figurine on a dial game as well. So you get like different kind of like 1950s sci-fi jets and biplanes and shit, and on like clicker dials. It was all done by WizKids.
Dude, I'm getting a lot of comments about my beard right now. Yeah. I've been going through all the episodes.
We're gonna do the who said what later, but somebody said suck scotch out of Jamie's beard. And
yeah,
I'm gonna guess that was Peter that said that without knowing.
Yeah, which is a fucking. I read that email like a couple days ago. And I was like, I don't know what the hell we were doing.
Yeah, my beard right now is like the biggest it's ever been. It's my like COVID project. I water it every day, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Although apparently I sound like I should have the beard. So
really,
yeah, apparently.
Whose vote do I need? Do I need Jamie's? Are we just like rotating clockwise?
He said Jamie and I, or they said Jamie and I should swap voices. We would if we could. I promise you. I'd swap everything with Jamie. Oh, sorry, fiance sitting behind me.
Yeah, I wish I had a husky instead of this.
Not just any husky. Let's not act like Ice is just anyone.
Ice is uniquely wonderful. I miss Senora Iche very much because she's so petite. She's just like a version of my cat.
I'll pull her up. Well, whoever pulls up the next one.
Fragile says, I expected Ethan to have more hair up top based on literally nothing. And I was just saying to Jamie, I was like, oh, I haven't shaved in like a week and a half. Maybe I should have before this episode, but it's good that it just doesn't come up. So
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't really grow hair. And to Dutch Peter, our sex move guru, Dune episode will come eventually. I do promise. It'll be the first Dune book has an entire appendix on the topology of Dune, which I'll probably just cover that.
Well, thank God.
Cool. Is it me next?
Yeah.
It'd be you.
It is me next. Pudge Boy left a comment on the website. Actually, LoreBoys.com. You can leave comments and they'll appear in our inboxes. So, hey, Pudge Boy. He says, hey, guys. Hope all is well and you're having a jolly time now that the holidays are starting up. This was sent on December 1st, so grain of salt.
A little late.
Just listened to the last episode, which was amazing. I loved both the SCP episodes that James did.
Damn, dude.
Jamie getting all the SCP love here. And I know Jameson, who's here too, all came in and asked for, when he joined the Discord, I think that was the first thing he asked for was more SCP lore.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have a theory that he's not actually named Jameson. He just likes me so much he names himself that.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's James. Wait, it's James on 69420, which is exactly. Like a sex drug, right?
You guys caught me. It's actually my second account. Just giving myself praise again.
Yeah. I just want to go into Discord and ask Peter to play Division 2 on PS4 as your second account.
Yeah. Pudge Boy continues, I also loved the other spooky ones you guys did, like Silent Hill. I know spooky season is pretty much over, but I'd still love to hear more. We're always open to doing off-season episodes, for sure.
Yep.
You mentioned doing the flood from Halo on the last episode, like long, hard look at Peter.
Yeah.
Which I think would be awesome to hear. Because even after playing all the Halo games, I know pretty much nothing about them. I'm in the exact same boat where I beat Halo 1, 2, 3. I'm like tangentially aware of the flood and where they come from. They were like a precursor weapon, I think. I don't know. He continues, also after my last message, then Ethan plugged a few other podcasts for me to listen to. Just want to say I tried the dollop. Gotta say it wasn't my thing. We were just talking about the dollop. What are the odds? I don't know. Maybe it was just too political for me and they seem to divert away from actual history. Yeah, unlike us, we never divert, right?
Yeah, we never go off track on fake history.
Yeah. Hey, if they're not your thing, they're not your thing. That's fine. I enjoy them. After that, I came across these guys called Lorehammer, which is a 40K exclusive podcast that I've instantly become addicted to. Nobody listening to this, go listen to them. We're your Warhammer 40K podcast, okay?
Yeah.
Because I absolutely love 40K, and Ethan just wasn't giving me enough 40K to satisfy my thirst. I'm sorry, okay? Anyway, sorry, I know this is a long email. Don't mean to dump on you guys too much. I still listen to you guys every Wednesday when you come out with a new episode, except last week because I was out of town for Thanksgiving. Well, I hope you've caught up by now. Plenty of time to get back there.
Yeah, because we're catching up to your fucking email. Let's hope you're up to date on the podcast. You owe us that, I think.
Yeah, I'm always down to do more 40K lore. 40K is like my guiltiest of pleasures. I usually feel pretty good doing the Magic episodes, and I love D&D enough that I don't care if people don't like the D&D episodes. But 40K, I always feel like I'm maybe boring people, so it's super super good for me to hear that you guys still like it. So, Jester says Flood is an eternal enemy of all living beings. It's like evil fungus. Well, sounds like our Flood episode is done, Pete. You're off the hook.
Thank God.
We'll just name this one the Flood episode. There's your lore, everybody. And
well, yeah, featuring Jester from Discord is like you got to credit your contractors always.
Exactly. Thanks for the email, Pudge Boy.
Yeah. All right. Next, Kevin Peace. Oh, it's Darkside. Yes, another patron. One of my favorite people to talk to in Discord. Darkside's excellent. I will be getting your next BattleTech done, I don't know, in the next couple of weeks at time of recording, whenever it's my turn. Love your input. Thank you so much for your support. And I love your job, too. As far as I know, he works in, like, the Dakota oil fields. And I just love the idea of, like, one guy sitting in a freezing Jeep just listening to LoreBoys, make sure no one burns to death. Which is what I imagine the job is like. In the same way that Mecha is a bridge inspector, which I guarantee is a fake job he uses to get into places.
Yeah. I'm the bridge inspector. Here to check on your bridge.
Have you been? So, Kevin, you guys are the only show I can listen to episodes multiple times and still enjoy them immensely. Thank you. I don't even remember how I stumbled onto your podcast, but I'm glad I did. Thank you guys so much for the humor, silliness, and the work you put in. It always makes my week.
Professional podcaster sneezing on mic over here.
Google here says, glad you enjoyed it as an auto response, and I'll say the same to you.
Also, you are so welcome, and also I'm so glad. All three of which Google nailed our sentiments on your email.
Yeah, they know.
We're not even going to use a podcast in a couple of years, where Google's just going to generate a lore podcast with like okay jokes, and then it's going to be fucking taken care of.
Okay jokes still tops us. So.
Oh yeah. I was talking to Dara at some point where I was just like, I love some of the emails we get, because from what I understand, a lot of the people that we listen to have like blue collar jobs with terrible hours. Like Kevin, I know, works 8 days straight at like in the oil fields, and I'm just like, really? Like us talking about robots and samurai swords is keeping this man from going crazy in his pickup, and I'm like,
that does it.
Yeah, brother.
That's what makes it all worthwhile.
Makes me happy. Yeah, it's whatever helps.
Darnell says, Halo 1, 2, 3. Says easy as ODST. Then he also says, so this stream just patrons checking up on you guys like Jameson wanting pics of Spider-Man. I assume so. I want my emails read on the podcast, damn it.
Okay. I got my email read in advance.
I got the next one, but I don't think this is right. It's from Edward Eli Esquire. Wish you Merry Christmas. I need your assistance urgently in retrieving fund valued of $7.5 million left behind on my...
I saved that one on purpose because it just said Feliz Navidad, and I thought it was real, so I started it and then read it, and it was clearly spam that made it through the filter.
It's not even a written email. It's a picture of text.
Yeah.
Loaded into the email.
I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. So next up is from Pudge Boy, and it seems to be about my episode. So this is Pudge Boy. Is he from New Jersey? Is he that? No. That's a different guy.
Sure. Superman's dumb friend is from New Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. So he says, hey, I just finished listening to the last episode, which was about Rogue. So that was the Rogue episode I did about roguelites and roguelikes.
Yeah.
And he said, and one of you said you weren't getting as many emails lately, so I figured I'd offer some constructive criticism. I really enjoyed the Rogue one. Some of my favorite episodes are the ones that Jamie does about older video games and the history of how they paved the way for a lot of games today. So keep it up, Jamie. Yeah, I will do.
Jamie's got a lot of alt accounts that he sends fucking...
It's not even patrons making requests. It's just Jamie on alt accounts making requests, like Jameson from wanting pictures of Spider-Man.
Dude, after all the 30-day Netflix trials run out, you got to do something with those fucking burners, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Gmail just keeps letting you make emails. It's wild.
They don't even ask for your address or anything. They think I'm like 90 guys.
Yep. I also really like the two-parter episodes because it makes me look forward to the next one coming out. And lastly, I already said this in my last email, but I would love you guys to do an episode on the flood from Halo.
Long look at Peter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hope every second email is just like, where the fuck's the flood episode, Peter?
We had that fucking talk in Discord already. Like, I know I'm not good at my multi-parters, okay?
You gotta bang them out back to back, like me. Just 3 months.
Yeah,
I know. One topic.
Anyways, can't say enough good things about you guys to all my friends. Hope all goes well for you in all this new year. And I look forward to hearing more. And we look forward to giving you more.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Hope 2021's looking up for you as well. Peter will do it.
Actually, I was concerned with Superman's dumb friend in Jersey. We haven't heard from him in a bit. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, we got all my guts saying I work graveyard shifts for Fortune 500 grocery store. Your podcast keep me sane, so we're so happy to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know grocery stores were Fortune 500. That's wild.
Yeah, is that in which grocery store? Actually,
caviar only grocery store.
Yeah.
Well, if I gave my business to one of 500 businesses, at least one of them would be a grocery store.
What? So It's a Kroger chain. There you go. Yeah, I mean,
There
I
you
say
go.
that, but Ariane said Whole Foods, and I was like, Whole Foods is owned by Amazon, so yeah, technically a Fortune 500.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
What about Loblaws? Loblaws must be up there.
Yeah,
Bob
probably.
Loblaw's Loblog is fairly large.
Yeah. They own all the president. They own most of these Canadian grocery stores in one way or another.
Super C as well, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, lore on grocery stores coming up next episode.
Grocery store. This is the flood/grocery store lore episode.
So Maxi and Super C got together at some point, and it was basically, if you wanted to buy groceries and Transformers, you'd go to Maxi, and if you wanted to buy groceries and cigarettes, you would go to Super C. That's the difference between those two.
What if I wanted groceries / Transformers, like a banana that turned into an orange or something?
Yeah, I wonder where you'd have to. That sounds like more of a Bob Loblaw thing.
I can turn bananas into a bread.
That's pretty cool.
You witch.
A little humor for you guys. Banana bread joke. Darnell says, "I love you guys. I think I should reveal the trust. I'm just an AI that Jamie made to be obsessed with comic book lore and make requests about comics from the late 90s and 2000s. Fuck. We love that about you, Darnell.
I'm glad that you can be self-consciously ignored for literally months until one of us gets the courage to research comic books.
Yeah. You guys are a proud fandom. Let me say.
Who's next on the mail train?
I'm next. I got it up here, and I'm so happy that our random order pull of this one, because I actually read this one when we first got it, and it is a super great one, I think. Crystal says, "I'm sending y'all a big yeehaw from Louisiana."
Oh yeah, her.
I found your podcast while looking into Zelda lore for a trivia competition at work. Your episode helped me crush the trivia questions without ever beating a single Zelda game. Hopefully none of my coworkers find out about that. Shame. I'd like to second the calls for more horror-related content. Outlast would be really fun. I haven't played it, but I'm aware of it. It's like you're a photographer in an insane asylum or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for your work. The podcast is funny. I learn new things, and I'm endlessly amused hearing the way Canadian dudes pronounce about. Which I'm super self-conscious. I don't know. Did I say it weird there?
Do we say it wrong? No.
Did we say it wrong? I don't know.
I get it a lot. Someone who raids with a lot of Americans, they often call me out on it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I have been often described in my couple of business trips I went into the States for. I've been described as accent neutral. Most people think I'm from the West Coast, but some people have gotten on my ass about how I say car for some reason. You two in particular.
Yeah.
Car. Something that I wanted to mention. Like, you said that you did trivia questions about Zelda. One time we all went to do trivia together, and there was a question, what was the game with the first save state? And I think we said Zelda and got it right, but I cannot remember that. It was definitely in one of the trivia questions that I went to.
I think somebody managed to get information from us that was useful, and that fucks me up.
We say Z and not C. That's true.
It's Zelda, obviously.
Yeah. That's very good. I always remember, just on trivia, I will always remember, I know Methuselah is the oldest living person in the Bible because Pete got it right at trivia one time. I was like, yeah, Noah, he lived to 900 years old, and Pete's like, no, it's Methuselah. He was the oldest guy in the Bible. That's what he's known for.
There's a star.
Simpsons.
We went with Methuselah.
Yeah.
There's a star that looks like it's older than our whole universe, and it has that name. I can't pronounce it.
Methuselah.
Yeah.
Canadians pronounce
subtitles. How can you not pronounce it? You heard me.
They pronounce about weird. They pronounce bar weird, and they pronounce Methuselah weird.
Yeah,
I need subtitles. Methuselah.
Methuselah's an OU in Canada.
Oh.
Methuselah. I'm shocked that she says yeehaw from Louisiana.
Why is that shocking?
I don't know, because I never think of it as cowboy South. I think it's Cajun, Florida, Mississippi South, or whichever one of those three states is on the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know if yeehaw is exclusively cowboy South, but
what are you gonna haul out 500 pounds of crawdads and just be like yeehaw when you dump them onto the deck of your wooden boat or something?
Could be. I don't see why not.
All right.
The only person I know from Louisiana just hit us with a big yeehaw, so You know, maybe we got to start accepting that reality.
I'm just saying is I had preconceived notions. I figured she would just send us a recording of like a saxophone solo, and I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty good.
We have Fragile saying Zelda the OG ROM battery. We also have Darnell saying Peter's funny. He looks like he belongs in Seattle or Boston and talks like from LA or New York.
Yeah, that's it. Like a coastal accent.
One coast to the
from
other.
Montreal, and my mother's from California.
Oh, they say yeehaw in Arizona too, so I guess anywhere down there.
Arizona's definitely cowboy though.
That's
cowboy country.
A lot of my old colleagues were from Arizona, and we had our office in Scottsdale, and they were just like, "Oh man, you guys think y'all up in Canada think that Texas is gun crazy? You don't know shit about Arizona. That place is open carry, and you can get a gun in 20 minutes if you have not up until that point committed a crime."
You think Texas, like anyone in Texas in the last week since all the power was out, used like a gun to open a can of tuna or something? Because they don't have an electric tuna.
I mean,
you mean like responsibly from the other end of a table, just like, yeah, I got it.
You don't need electricity, at least.
I checked on Jer. Him, his son, and his wife are all fine.
Good.
From the Bad Dudes, our Dead Sister podcast.
Our Dead Sister podcast.
Sister podcast sounds so friendly. Dead Sister podcast sounds awful.
Really does. It's so much worse. And you do have a very California speech cadence. Open carry and conceal without a permit. I don't understand how anybody gets a gun or can have a gun without a permit. That's just nuts to me.
Where would you get it and they not give you a permit? I don't understand.
You could do it with muskets in Canada.
You can get it at the liquor store, I think.
What?
It's one stop. You just go get your booze.
I was hanging in a Twitch stream the other day, and they were talking about Florida and how how crazy Florida is. And I spent a few winters in Florida, so I was like, I said in chat, I'm like, I think as a Canadian, anytime you're selling hard liquor in the gas station, like that's just like a recipe for bad news. And somebody just like got so mad and was like, we don't care what Canadians think about the States. I was like, okay, dude, we were just talking about it. I thought it was kind of interesting, but because you go to the gas station, they got you got like your chips, your Frito-Lays, you got like your motor oil, and then it's like Jack Daniels, like just a bottle of Jack Daniels just sitting there.
But you can just like buy liquor anywhere. I remember I was in Kentucky, some old fat guy just had like a shack where he just like sold liquor out of. And I remember like walking in, and before I even touched anything, I was on my way to Tennessee, and he was just like, "Can I see some ID, son?" And he had like a hat sitting on top of his head instead of like wearing it, just like on top of his skull. And I was like, "Oh yeah," and I got my passport, and then like went in and we bought a bunch of booze. But like I think you can just sell liquor in the same way. I think you can just open a bank if you can store capital.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
Yeah.
No, there's a ton of banks in the States, JB. There's a ton of it's just one guy owns a bank in one town. That's it. That's the bank.
Yeah,
okay, this is the Lore Bank.
Oh, there's no like unified debit
the
network.
Lore Bank, yeah. Store your Lore bucks in the Lore Bank, folks.
Yeah.
Scroll down on your Twitch stream. You can see our PayPal. You can see our Patreon. Give us your money. We'll get back to you.
Don't worry about it. It'll grow. Invest in Lore Coin. It's just like a JPEG of a loony with Jamie's head on it. Don't worry.
Peter, if you want to Photoshop that, then we can make it our official Lorebucks Twitch currency, the chat currency.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm not going to do that tonight, but yeah. Cool. Give me a minute. Someone in Discord was just like, we need an actual Lore Coin or a Lorebucks emote, and I was like, sure, and then forgot.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we got more emails.
Read an email, would you?
I will. This is from, I don't know if this is Ever or Ever, but Ever Nayera. Hi guys, love the podcast. Also, the subject line is Killzone lore, which is great because I love the Killzone games. Hi guys, love the podcast. Really good format and the jokes are amazing. Sometimes I laugh out loud while working, which is like a thing that a lot of people say. So I'm sorry to a lot of people's bosses, I guess.
I'm sorry that...
I was wondering if you guys would be interested in doing Killzone lore. It's an FPS that came out on the PS2 and continued to the PS4. Really good exclusive for the PlayStation. Anyways, keep up the good work. Ever or Ever. I have played Killzone 2 and 3. loved them. I have a blank document called Killzone Lore on my Google Drive already, so it's bullets in the chamber, to quote an Arizona person. So don't worry about it. I'll get to it just like I get to BattleTech and the Flood.
The whiskey's in the gas station, to quote a Massachusetts or Florida person.
Yeah.
I've almost done Horizon Zero Dawn lore, and that would have been my lead up into it, because they were like a studio. Yeah, they did Killzone forever, and then just completely they did a 360 and walked the other way. And yeah.
So Horizon is like head and shoulders my favorite PS4 game.
That's very good.
Head and Shoulders is my favorite shampoo.
We have talked about this. You know, it gives me skull acne. I can't.
Skacne, yeah, we called it.
Right.
Yeah, it gives me
we have talked about this because I remember Skacne. All My Gut says, been listening to you guys, things you guys did back in 2019. Glad you guys are still together doing this. God, it's like 4 years at this point, going on 5 maybe.
No, it's 3.5. It's gonna be 4 in May.
Okay. I'm glad you guys are still together doing this. Looking forward to catching up to current stuff. We look forward to you catching up as well. Although you're getting the most current stuff you possibly can right now.
Yeah.
And then
Looking forward to watching
Green Lantern lore. We know, Darnell. We know you want Green Lantern lore.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. How about that?
But yes, we will do it someday. I will be the one to do it. I will bite the bullet. When I finish my magic, I'll start recap on it.
Oh my god, dude! Wait, you got like 10 years, man.
When I'm done Magic the Gathering, I'll get to the Green Lantern. Don't worry, dude.
I'm talking about a particular subspecies of Phyrexian grass on this episode.
Some of it's metal. That's a hint for the next episode.
I got the next email here from Giles or Jill. I think it's Giles. Giles
from Street Fighter.
Gillies.
Start shaking dollar bills at the screen. Okay. Down in front, damn it.
Yeah, Darnell wants it. So here we go from Giles or Gillies. Hey, just discovered your podcast. I recently came across Hollow Knight and was blown away by it. That's one of my personal favorites. Ethan was just doing Iron Man before we started this.
Yeah.
So
I forced myself to put it down because I would have just kept playing.
So when I started looking into the lore of it, I discovered your podcast. I'm pretty hooked now. I have a request for an episode if that's cool. I've always liked the Darksider series and would love to hear you guys dig into that one. After part 2, I figured I'd never hear from the series again, but it seems pretty hard to kill. Anyways, if you could do an episode, that's awesome. If not, well, I'll just go fuck myself. Stay safe after these COVID times and crush a beer for me on the next podcast. I'll take a sip to that right now, guys.
Now.
We might not have done it on the next podcast, but we're certainly doing it now. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Silence while we all sip.
Darksiders is not something that I've gotten into, but Hollow Knight is something near and dear to my heart. And whenever Silk Song comes out,
okay. Song.
Yeah, when Silk Song comes out,
is that the one where the guy turns into a horse or something?
Darksiders? No, you get a horse because you're one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. So it's war, death, and then they just I don't know who the woman is supposed to be.
Pestilence?
No, they took out Pestilence. It's like strife, war, death, and then lady,
girl.
Yeah, yeah. So the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are death, war, pestilence, and women's rights. So
nice.
That's Darksiders 3. It's just a voting simulator, and it causes the end of times.
Oh yeah, we're getting the eyes from Ethan's fiance.
She likes Pestilence. She says Pestilence is her favorite one. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Darksiders 2 is death, and then Darksiders 1 is war, and then 3 and Darksiders some top-down, like an isometric shooter, is a different one, but I don't know who the chick and the guy with the gun are.
Yeah,
the next email, I picture the person has their hands on their hips and they're scolding us while they say it.
Well, it's Ethan's turn.
And it's a Warhammer one, so it's very appropriate. Before we jump to the episode, All My Guts says, I request it'd probably be up your alley, but have you covered Wizardry? We haven't yet. I haven't played it either. I know it's like a really old game, so it might be
Wizardry,
a good one for Jamie as well. I think it's like a 1980s, like really early PC game. But
I can check it out.
We'll have to. I'm drinking too much beer to remember that promise that I just made.
Oh yeah, there's tons of these fucking things.
Yeah, Wizardry is 80s. 80s, Fragile says.
Adis.
So, the next email is from Prippen. So, hands on hips, folks. So no French in Warhammer Fantasy? Do we forget about the Bretonians?
That's it. It's just 2 questions.
So this was less an email, and this was for sure a comment left on the site, which shout out to Prippen. I can cover the Bretonians for you. That sounds great. I've already established that I love doing Warhammer stuff, so the more excuses the
We
better.
must have made some joke about, of course there's no French in the Warhammer universe or something like that.
Yeah. If they know what's good for them.
Alrighty,
no Prippen. All right. Oh, okay. So, your boy Caleb is gonna come back real hard later on. I clicked the wrong thing here. Oh, son of a bitch. Damn you, NVIDIA.
The next episode, or the next email, was technically an email from Jamie to us about the game that we're going to play later, although I think this was the last one that we did.
It was the last one. Yeah. It was after an episode I emailed, since it had been like 100 episodes since we did the last one or whatever. I was like, just check it out and read it together.
Maybe we could read some of our stuff together. But anyway, Caleb, remember that. He says, "Hey guys, wanted to reach out and let you guys know how much I love the podcast. I've listened to almost all of your episodes since I found the show last November. And he emailed us in January, so I guess he discovered us in November 2020. That's some Caleb lore.
That sounds right.
That's your animal fact for the episode.
Yeah, because he's bison on Discord. So.
Yeah, and his picture is a cat. So, frankly, also I do want to make a quick comment about Bison on Discord. If you want to check out the self-promo channel at some point, he does like wood burnishing art that is fucking incredible. So cool. I have to say, like, it's some of my favorite shit that I've seen. It's fantastic, dude. So keep that up. And if we ever open a PO box, I'll absolutely buy something from you because they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm very much into that rustic art stuff with my West Coast accent and my East Coast sensibilities.
Well, if he ends up winning the contest tonight and gets the rose, then maybe you just move in together and he'll just bring all his wood burning stuff.
Oh, but Diamond, I'm supposed to. I've already been promised to Diamond Gunslinger once he's of age because he set some of our art as his background on his PC. Remember?
Yeah, that is very that guy. That's a deep cut that I did not remember that you pledged to marry.
That's like Diamond 4 years ago, dude. Yeah. He might be of age by now.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Just if his dad's on stream,
yeah,
fuck your kid. But anyway, Caleb continues. Last November helps break up the tedium at work. Another guy just like using this just to cope. Like, are we communism, guys? Is that what's going on? Is like helping people, helping the laborers? I have a question for any of you who would like to respond. Have you ever tried to write an episode about a topic only to find the amount of actual lore wasn't enough? If so, what are some of the topics? Thank you guys for all the work you're putting together for the show every week. Also, would love to see an episode on For Honor and Portal 1 and 2. Your friend from Connecticut, Caleb, aka Bestial Bison on the Discord. P.S. Still waiting on that soul for the review. So he is clearly into LoreBoys Prime, because he's calling us out on all the nonsense promises that we make to people.
Right. If you left us a review and we haven't read it on air yet, we apologize. We're bad at stuff. For the question you asked, all the time, I so often start episodes and then I'm just like, I don't know how to finish this. An example I thought of when I first read this back when you sent it was Blood Bowl from the Warhammer, which is one that gets requested a lot. It's like Warhammer football, essentially.
Yeah.
I tried one time to do an episode on it, and it's so thin. It is like so stretched absolutely thin. And I know some episodes we kind of cover like the history of the games and the development and all that stuff. That stuff bores the heck out of me because I work in the industry. So it just feels like a lot of the talks and discussions that I have during my work week. So the thought of sitting down on a weekend and researching the different developing companies that did these things isn't the best for me. Maybe someday I'll do a Blood Bowl episode, but don't count on it anytime soon for anybody Anybody in chat who's requested it in the past? Because I know some of you have. I want to say Jessica.
I've thrown out a Glover episode like 3 times. I'm gonna make it happen one of these days. I just don't know how to do it right yet.
His Word doc was just is glove.
For me, it was probably this year's or 2020's Christmas episode where I was looking for kind of like, I had an idea in my head that I wanted like a colonial colony fusion folkloric Christmas monster that we could go after. Where like I wanted like the Philippines adaptation of Santa Claus or something like that, like some like European colony that had adapted Santa Claus after the colonists left, basically, and like left behind residual religion and residual crap, which I just could not track down, which is why we did Christmas Island, and I just wrote a fake thing about crabs. But that would be my most recent memory of something that was just like what I wanted and what is available just wasn't there, so I kind of had to fake it. But like anytime you hear me insert something about the development, because I do not work in the industry. Someone on Instagram asked like that if all of us were in the industry, and I'm like, no, I'm not part of the video game industry at all. Like if I insert something about the industry, it's personally on one of my episodes filler, because I need to get us to 60 minutes ish, or not, because it's not. I'm a storyteller and I like to do that sort of thing. So like when I'm talking about like real people doing real shit, you know that they didn't do enough shit for me to steal and then repurpose as the podcast sort of thing.
To me, there's a difference between like what I deal with at work and then like in the 80s, these guys coming up with an idea and it like moving in a certain direction. To me, it's entertaining, but I can see why it wouldn't be.
I love it. I love it when you do the episodes, Jamie. It's just Every time I sit down and start reading about the history of the stuff, it's not what I'm here for. So I'll leave those ones for you.
Yeah, and you do all our real life shit, and I always love those episodes. Yeah. It's not something like, just like Ethan, it's not something I can read about. Like guys who rented their mother's garage is, I don't know.
It's interesting to hear about when Jamie.
Yeah, exactly. Just tell me about it.
Yeah. For Honor and Portal 1 and 2, by the way, if you'd like to see those, for Honor, I put 200-300 hours in like a month. Like I got really into it and then out of it. Yeah.
Holy fuck! I worked at Ubisoft on For Honor. I played that before the E3 demo. That's crazy.
Yeah, I played a lot of it. I was like really, I had all the best gear when it first came out and stuff on 3 characters.
Yeah, I remember I used to go over to Jamie's place and play it.
We should do
It's a great game.
I have it.
Great game.
And Portal 1 and 2, I would love an excuse to play those games again, because
we have dustings in the old Half-Life episode because they're connected.
Yeah, those games are always fun to play, and I like that universe too.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. So,
all right.
Connor, who I think is patron.
So we got Connor Hudson here, new fan-ish, kinda, IDK. Hey there, boys. So I found you all back in December for Warhammer 40K.
I would like to point out that Dakota and Connor put their y'all apostrophes in different places.
Yep. Different emphasis, I think.
Yeah.
Y'all versus y'all.
Yep. And since then, I went back to episode 1, and I just finished binging every single episode. I do so while at work, driving around, and you guys have made work so much better for sure, so thank you. And anyway, now that I feel caught up, I'm going to jump on that Patreon, the Discord, and figure out where my bird I sent for LoreBoys Prime went. Thinking
Rip Captain Feathers.
And lastly, I feel And lastly, for I suppose a throwback that feels recent for me at least, James, how's carrying toilet paper been?
Yeah, James, how has carrying toilet paper been?
What does that mean? I so forget whatever joke that was.
Yeah.
It's been good. I've got some. I keep it in the bathroom. It's good. Love you guys. Catch you around. Heart, Knight/Connor. And Knight, we've seen you in the Discord. Super cool to have you around. And I wish I remembered that reference so I could give you a proper response. But it's been fantastic. I'll say that.
You may have just finished binging episodes from 4 years ago, but we didn't just finish binging those episodes. So. Thor Odinson says, "You going home to wipe your ass, loser."
Oh yeah. Okay. No, this is a childhood. This is a childhood story. I remember now. Thank you. That I remember walking home with toilet paper and bringing it home for my mom, and some older kids when I was like really young was like, it was like pointing it out, like, look, that kid's going home to wipe his ass. And then ever since, I'm still shy, like bringing toilet paper home whenever I buy it.
And there's Connor. There's Connor in the chat right now.
Yep. There it is. There it is.
Jamie wiping his ass.
Okay, so now you're bullying me. So never mind. It's not fantastic.
Yeah. Jamie takes back his kawaii heart. Gotta get the bidet.
I would love a bidet. Honestly, it seems like
the LoreBoys Prime for this episode can be send us your bidets.
Yeah. Send us your bidets.
Thor Odinson also says, "This is the LoreBoys. Watch how I wiki now." Which, shut up, dude. That's how we do it. I just heard that story the other night before, and I think it's crazy. I'm not the only one going through the lore of the LoreBoys. That's what this episode's all about, baby.
Yeah. Dude.
Jamie, you should team up with a streamer called Your Butt Teven who needs help wiping.
My bud Tevin, I'll talk to him. Yeah, he can carry it home, and I'll wipe for him. And hey, it's one hand wipes the other. I don't know what you're supposed to say there.
A minute to piss? What the fuck is going on?
Connor showed up in the chat, and we remembered what the carrying toilet paper reference was, Peter. But you can go back and listen to the episode if you want to.
Yeah, I'll re-listen. I'll figure it out.
Knight in the chat says he's leveling a hunter, and wow, he's on my server, and I owe you my bag package and 5 gold that I give all the listeners who join my server. I still owe that to you. I did a GDKP last night, and I got a staff of Shadow Flame. I am so beefy right now, and I forgot about you, so I'll get that to you after this.
You're bribing people in WoW now?
I'm just giving I'm so rich and they're so poor that to give them a little bit to get started helps them way more than it being in my pocket, you know?
It's completely worth it to me, frankly.
Yeah.
Hey, where mine says in.
Dude. Innings, I owe you more than that. Innings he's been the most generous man ever. And he gives me snowballs during raids so I can throw it at people when they try and jump over things, and it interrupts their jump so they fall into the slime and lose half their health. Innings is the best.
It happened. Wow, dude. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The bribe works, especially because I have no clue what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, it sounds like classic WoW.
Yeah.
Pete, Mr. P Man, you want to read the next email?
Sure, from Jesset.
We got a few from Jesset.
Yeah, Jesset's feisty one, eh? The first one or the one with the attachment?
Do the first one, and then I'll do the one with the attachment. I can pull it up for our listeners. Oh
yeah. So we've got. I'm sorry if it's Gset or Jesset, but Jesset Gson says, "Hi, this is Jesset. I love listening to your podcast. It's the perfect blend of comedy and lore. I would really like an episode on Minecraft lore. It has very deep lore. In brackets, some are very dark."
Yeah. We have a Minecraft server. I haven't played in a few weeks now, but we hop on sometimes, so feel free to jump in the Discord and get the details there for the Minecraft server. Terry took me to Ender Dragon once, and then it bugged out, didn't spawn, so I just had to suicide and lost all my good stuff that's still just sitting in a chest in the end city, so in some way. I have my Prime up here too. Ooh, are we about to
dude, that's OMB from our guild. He's a sick rogue and just a super generous, awesome guy. Showed me around Terraria. Thank you so much, Innings/OMB.
Y'all, it's deep because mine's fragile.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure his name isn't Jessup. I want to say Anthony, but I don't know if that's true or not. You don't have to dox yourself in chat. Stay there. Oh. Let me download the next email is from Jessup again. And this is our good fan who sends us memes via email. And he says, reference to Dishonored episode in which penguins beat polar bear. And I don't remember the joke.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't remember the joke. Penguins beat polar bear, but apparently it did. So I'll share the meme for you guys here. If I could friggin' find it. Here we go. So
my dumbass cat's gonna start causing problems here. Hello,
it's
beautiful.
dumb.
Weaponized assault penguins is the meme.
Wet ass.
No?
Wet ass penguins, dude.
WAP. And Ben Shapiro was very much against this meme.
Yeah, he's like, and P word, which is penguin. I'm conservative, so I don't talk about birds who can't fly.
Yeah. If your penguin's wet, it shouldn't be wet. My wife's a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife's a vet.
He's got to say it every time.
So one of the beefs I have with the Shapiro clan is that they're like a hair's breadth away from being kind of cool, because I discovered his sister, who is really hot, and they're both completely insane.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But if their parents didn't clearly like emotionally abuse them growing up, I think it'd probably be pretty cool, because like Ben's videos, if he was saying anything else, are kind of good, and his sister's also pretty funny. Like they're both very charismatic. They're just like so wrong all the time.
So wrong.
And we were laughing, Dara and I, who both are eyebrow people.
You are eyebrow people. You're the eyebrow people.
And I was just like,
not that he's not into eyebrows, by the way. Both him and his fiance have wonderful eyebrows. They have enough eyebrows between the two of them for like.
Probably means that they're into eyebrows, considering they're dating each other, right? And they both have eyebrows.
Yeah, but
they're
like
half eyebrow, half people. Yeah.
Half? Are you kidding? I'm like 75% eyebrow, and then everything else everything outside of my eyebrows is just my fucking forehead. But I was like, yeah, Ben Shapiro's sister is like way too hot, and I can't really be mad at her for anything. And she's just like, show me. And we looked her up on YouTube. We watched a video, and then we realized like Ben Shapiro's sister looks like if Dara and I had a baby, because a big dumb fucking Greek nose, and then obviously both of us are eyebrowed up, and it's just like, yeah, it's like the true Neanderthal. And I was just like, oh my god, and she's so fine, but obviously completely insane, which is too bad. It's just like they just need better friends, I think, and you could cure that. You can cure that.
It's weird.
I'd bully Ben if I had to make him, into a better person.
We got
Darnell
lucky.
Says his cousin is the girl from Matilda, which
what?
I did not know. Darnell says Ben Shapiro's cousin is the girl from Matilda.
Yes.
She hates them apparently, which good for her.
That's true.
She seems really cool. She seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders. I'll say.
What's her? Mara Wilson.
Mara Wilson. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
He says you also forget the two key aspects of her, and I'm not sure if that's like a booby joke.
No. Oh, that might be a booby joke. I was gonna say, like, you didn't finish your sentence, Darnell.
Yeah. Next email, number 13. Oh, it is a booby joke. All right. Titties.
Booba.
Next up.
Like a busty conservative. Not gonna lie, totally willing to sell out.
Next email is number 13. So we have 12 more after this. Ooh. This is from Krista. And Krista says, have you guys considered doing the Devil May Cry series? 5 games in a reboot plus 1 season of an anime. And this seems like Peter's type of thing.
Yeah. I've played DMC, Devil May Cry, which I liked at the time, but it was my first one. And then I played Devil May Cry 5, and then I realized why DMC fans hated DMC Devil May Cry. It's because Devil May Cry 5 is fucking wicked. It's so good. And then Devil May Cry DMC, where they like rebooted it, and he was like some kind of emo guy. It's not as good. So I totally understand what the problem was. We got a request in Discord, I want to say from Jester, to cover DMC, so it's on my list. But it's a newer thing, and I've only played I've only played 1 game in the reboot. I've only played DMC 5. So I want to see what I can get on PC to familiarize myself with like the games that came out when I was a child. But it absolutely has been considered. Krista, hold on. Just wait.
Hold on your butts.
Hold on your butts. Fairy Fern Gully
says, "Oh my god, that anime was shockingly amazing."
I didn't know there was an anime.
Yeah, apparently it's quite good, according to Connor.
Let's check it out.
Darnell says you can get all the DMC games on PC, which might be up your alley, Pete.
Yep.
Oh my guts asked if we read their email yet to Jamie's question. How is it signed? All my guts.
Yeah,
I haven't seen one signed All My Guts, but we're reading them as they come in. I haven't seen it yet.
Shout
And
out,
you don't have time to send in emails.
shout out to the patron. Can I play yet, or can I play two? Because I don't think we've shouted them out on the show yet on the normals, but they were the next email technically.
A little bit of insider baseball. I think we're gonna have to grab the audio from the Twitch stream and just rip it as an MP3 and upload it, because I realized every time I type, it's just picking up over your voices. So, anyways, we'll handle it.
Yeah, sure. I'm on mobile, so typing slow. The email is my username, and I started it as All My Guts here, but the email is signed to my real name. I see yours. So it's coming up. We haven't read it yet.
Oh, the next 3 emails are just different things of Peter setting up financial.
I think we have 3 Jessets in a row here.
Right. I put a star on the actual emails from people that aren't just like financial crap or Twitch logins or whatever.
Yeah, but there's also some stars on Twitch. Interactive has sent you a payment. So
next up is
stars are inaccurate.
Next up is request for a few episodes by Jesset G-San.
Jesset?
And Jesset says, I love listening to your podcast. I had sent an email previously stating that these are the episodes I would love to hear lore about. Splatoon, more SCP, Shy Guy, Plague Doctor, The Scarlet King, SCP-999. 99 is not what you think it is. Hint, not the devil, but cute.
Okay, well, I'm going to Google SCP-999.
Isn't that the one we just looked up before?
No,
I don't know. It's just like,
4999.
old of you to assume that I have preconceived notions of whatever the fucking SCP is, but all right.
SCP-999 is do-gooder, and it's an orange goo that has the aliases the Tickle Monster, the Orange Slime, and the Seventh Child.
Okay, well,
its adorable appearance and friendly attitude.
Those are that's 2 goopy things. You want Splatoon and Goop SCPs, so.
Oh, true, yeah.
You should check out the Canadian TV show Uh-Oh and The Punisher, because
Yes.
he
Dude,
goops
you love
people.
the Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you'd be such a big fan. He's all that.
Shy Guy, Plague Doctor, I've checked out before, and I think I have to do SCP. So many people are asking for it, so maybe next week.
I will say, I haven't looked into Splatoon at all, but Nintendo, in our experience doing this show, or my experience doing this show, Nintendo is so cheap with their lore. They add nothing to their games, which was super surprising. When I first started the show, our first episode was a Zelda episode, and there's nothing beyond the canon games, essentially. And Nintendo is litigious and pretty adamant on protecting their IPs, which is fine. It's their IP. They can do what they want.
Dude, why are you using the big words, though? What is litigious?
It means they like to sue people. Darnell says Splatoon lore is weird. Darnell, if you're telling me there is Splatoon lore, then that's definitely something we can look into. If it's weird, maybe all the better.
I feel like Darnell's one of our listeners who knows the lore before we say it and just sees how we do with it.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely
Judging us.
Yeah,
he's more qualified to drive this train than we are.
Yes, definitely.
Is it me next or is it Peter? Here goes.
Just went, so it's you.
Please, another Jesset. We got 3, like I said. Disney Cars is also weird. Yeah, I bet. How do cars reproduce? You know what I mean? How does it work?
I'm willing to find out, though, if you know me, guys. Remember that episode where you're just like, Jamie loves to see cars fuck?
There's going to be 45 minutes about Henry Ford inventing the combustion engine, and then we'll get 20 minutes of lore and the episode's over.
Combustion engine?
Does anyone remember what episode that was where everyone was teasing me and I was like, at first I'm pushing back, I don't like cars fucking. And by the end I was like into it.
Transformers, you were fucking cars.
Oh, it must have been, right?
Yeah, could have been. Sure, yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't even really remember the gag, but it sounds like something I would make fun of you for.
Yeah.
Something that's completely just not true at all. I would definitely tease you for that.
Yeah, you kept roping me into it too, and then the cars got really close. Jamie, I know, calm down about it already. And then that's where Pornhub caps came from.
Oh my god!
Oh yes!
Oh my god!
You knew that domain, eh?
Wow, that was a throwback, man. Yeah, it was pornhubcaps.com. Oh my! The old drive shaft and the muffler.
Hell yeah, brother.
So Jesset says again, please do an episode on Dr. Bright. Apparently he's the center point for the SCP universe. He is an interesting character. No doubt you guys would love him. I also wanted to tell that even though the SCP community is community driven, it has a story where Scarlet King is the end and all other SCPs are his sons in a way. They also find a dimension from the Red Sea object they get most of their technology from.
That's cool. I didn't know there was like a through line. I thought it was all just individual stuff. So definitely worth checking out.
I'll tackle the next one because it's still Jessit, and it's
Okay.
4 memes and more requests for SCP. So let me download these memes real quick.
I think Jessit might be working for the SCP Foundation
So,
itself.
all my guts, we did own pornhubcaps.com for like a year, but we trashed it because it was going to ruin our SEO because we...
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts Google when you have a porn domain tied to your website. Apparently, it doesn't hurt it, but it's just like it won't show up on certain searches. Then it was a thing for a long time though.
We did own it, and we were proud of it.
$10.
So Jessit says, it's really lore on Dr. Bright. He's also not allowed to do a lot of things since he's immortal, accidentally immortal, aren't we all? He wants to die, but has other priorities like getting laid with a particular SCP, Malv 10.00. Not sure what that means. He boned an SCP and terrified 682, the reptile Death Forgot, with a chainsaw cannon.
Oh, the reptile that Death Forgot is that lizard thing you were talking about, right? The Montauk monster?
I can only assume.
Guys, I think I need to like split off and just make my own SCP podcast and get rich because people love this shit, dude.
People love this.
1/3 the less richer than you do on your own independent thing, you fuck.
shit.
Oh, we have a booty complete, though.
Ariane's showing her booty on stream, everybody.
So cute.
Whoa, PogChamp.
Juicy says it looks great, babe.
Nice.
If anyone has a baby.
If anyone has a baby, get your orders in now.
Yeah, my fiance is not pregnant, to my knowledge.
Montauk Monster was also a raccoon corpse cryptid. So, sure,
Yeah, well, it's like a rotted. I don't think it's a raccoon body. I thought it was a rotted like porpoise or something.
Dude, I just read the next email and I didn't realize they gave us names.
So
Yeah.
we have a bunch of Dr. Bright memes now. I won't be able to share with you guys, but it'll be on stream. So you guys will get it with a delay. But this one is Squidward breaking Majin Buu's back. And it says Dr. Bright with his chainsaw cannon. And Majin Buu is God himself. So,
All right. 343 get wrecked.
I guess this guy is pretty strong. Huh?
Dr. Bright is one of... I remember that he is one of the doctors that works for the place. And he wasn't an SCP himself, but he like works for the Foundation. But I guess he must be some type of SCP if he's that strong. Or maybe he uses an SCP to get strong.
This is one with Dr. Bright mishandling some 150 exabytes of SC porn, which is I guess SCP porn, in front of a bunch of the other doctors, which is pretty good. And I mean, just that image of the priest dropping the baby face planting into the baptismal pool.
Oh yes.
Oh my god.
A bunch of people
that's
in
a
chat are
baby.
correcting
Yeah,
my
13 probably.
a bunch of people in chat are correcting my DBZ lore. That wasn't Majin Buu. It was Nappa, apparently.
Okay. We got... Yeah, I gotta rewatch old DBZ.
Fucking professionals in chat, apparently. Okay, right.
I like that show.
This one is a guy holding a jug of water on what appears to be his erect penis. And he is labeled the SCP Foundation. The jug of water is successful containment and science, and the erect penis is labeled Dr. Bright. So
Right, and the entire
So he's
thing is
saving
the speed lines and the threatening JoJo C with the quotes on it.
we'll be the roundabout.
Right. Juicy. DBZ abridged is the better way to go because you get the storyboards and you don't have to watch a whole episode of and just to wait till next time, right?
All right,
Okay.
so it's me now. I've got.
No, wait, we got one more Dr. Bright. meme.
Oh, I see.
Jeez.
Yeah. This one is a bunch of games with different sandpaper qualities to it. So rough, coarse, 1-to-1, fine, very fine.
Okay.
Dr. Bright is not allowed to put the game Minecraft on SCP-914 to be the first one to play it. That one I don't get. That one I get the least out of all of these.
It's over my head, but that's okay. We can move on.
Well, I think we all need to. If chat could assign us all sandpaper qualities, I think that would be nice, though.
Oh, damn. I hope I'm gritty. Make me gritty, chat.
I don't want to be super fine, but I'd like to be like coarse.
I want to be a wet paper towel, dudes.
Wet toilet.
You're no use in my renovation plans. When we need to help Ethan fucking tear out his foundation because it's full of black mold and desiccated cat bodies, that you're going to be no help whatsoever.
On the Montauk Monster baked into the cement.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, we got names in this next email. It's sweet.
I know, yeah. No, just a quick aside here. My dad was looking at when he was looking at, after he sold his house, he was looking at a couple other places. He's found this old, like Scottish Mason foundation built into the ground. A Scottish Mason foundation. Because you need 101 Scottish Masons. But he was looking at it like it was all completely contained with weight and like all slotted into the side. And he was like, yeah, but then you can realize, like, after the Scottish colonists got here, you can see where the Frenchmen got in, because it's all just like a bunch of completely uneven rock with everything just with grout shoved in with, like, open palms into the sides.
As long as it stays up. DBZ Kai is no filler. DBZ Abridged is fan-made and follows better story. Maybe I don't know what DBZ Abridged is, but I'm willing to find out.
All right, so Julian Day sent us this email on Valentine's Day, so hearts out. Mm-hmm. Hello, Jamin, Ether, and Petey. Hi, LoreBoys. I'm a new fan who just discovered your podcast in the last few weeks and have really been enjoying listening to it while I've been at work. That's a common thing, apparently. We just keep people sane. I really love info dumping on weird, obscure things that are bigger than you'd think they'd be. I'm a big fan of Kirby lore. That's a deep cut. It's like the 5th episode or something.
I remember recording that one and not remembering anything about it when we finished, just remembering having a really good time. Yeah.
I know I ran into a buddy from high school who was just like, hey, you do a podcast now. I'm like, yeah, how did you know? He's like, oh yeah, I watched that episode of the podcast where you drew Kirby, but he was Buffalo Bill. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
That was one of the most disturbing art pieces for sure.
It'll be on a t-shirt at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah. He's on my mouse pad.
Yeah, that's true. Big fan of the Kirby lore, blah, 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 blah. But I heard you'd be down on the quality of those episodes, so I'm putting it off for now. Do you have any favorite episodes you'd like to recommend I listen to? As for a suggestion, I'd love to see you guys cover Puyo Puyo Games series.
No idea what those are.
I have no idea what that means, I'm sorry. It's a cute puzzle game where you match up 4 blobs of the same color to make a cute character happy. It also features Satan as a principal character and a lot of weirdness and convoluted, obscure backstory to dig through that would probably make for a great episode. Keep up the quality podcasting, James WP. Nice. My go-to recommendations personally are always the Divine Comedy. Only because they were probably my most fun to research and the most work I had to put in per episode because I had to look up the mythological, historical, and actual people that were all featured within it, so I had a lot of fun making that trilogy. But like we're only down on the old episodes because it's self-deprecating. They're not actually they're not worthless. It's just like
a lot of people like them. Just ask all the guys in chat right now. They've clearly been going through and re-listening to those episodes. I'll jump in with some more modern ones if you're worried about sound quality. I think the Command and Conquer ones had a surprising amount of lore that I wasn't ready for. Yeah. The alternate history where Albert Einstein traveled back in time to kill Hitler was just fantastic for me. Also, all the BattleTech episodes, I love those ones so much. It's maybe less so unexpected lore because they're such old games, but I think there's a ton to them.
In terms of unexpected, dude, Pit or what's it called, Kid of Icarus lore. Yeah. That one was fucking crazy. Like I didn't know. Yeah, I put my toe into the pool and I got like sucked to the bottom of the ocean. Like it was like crazy, but it was a lot of fun too. Yeah. I have another email for you.
If you want to, it's apparently still edible. It hasn't spoiled yet.
Can I give a spoiler for later on in this episode? Fragile, Fitty did do you dirty where he just sent 2 emails to be last on the list, like we said.
I know your full name, you idiot, and your wife.
Like even the
back a little while ago, so I know who you are, you fuck. He's the one who's giving me business advice now so I can get my U.S. passport.
Yeah. Even though we talk like poorly about some of the older episodes, I remember Bloodborne was one that right after we finished recording was like, I didn't like that episode personally, but now it's our most listened to episode ever. Like,
we used to do that, I used to do that, I should say, so often where I'd be like, hey, I didn't like that episode, felt weird, and it's gotten to such a point where I'm just like confident in the quality of the episode. So, and that's really an outpouring from you guys, like the people in chat right now and the people listening at home and sending us these emails and everything. Like you guys supporting us and sending us this stuff is hugely, hugely
also one of those things like I've noticed with podcasts is like whenever I'm listening to someone and they didn't like the episode or they say that out loud, I find consistent content is usually more important than the quality all the time. Like of course we try and keep the quality up, but like just being there every week and getting to hang out is the cool thing. Yeah.
My edits used to be a lot more involved than they are now. So you say that.
We second what Ethan was saying is the fact that we get so much support, because I used to have some like real diva moments after episodes if I fuck something up, like behind the scenes. I was just like, oh man, I fucked up that episode, we should not release it, and both of you guys were just like, dude, it was fine. But like
he made me pick all the curds out of the Doritos. Like he's very very diva in our
I still support that. I support that. That would have been gassy. But the feedback where like, hey, I listened to your entire catalog and I'm waiting for more is just like, okay, that's the best thing you can hear. It's just like, okay, so when we were 10 beers in, huddling around 2 singing mics that Jamie had in a closet is still good enough. You're like, okay, so people are here for a certain reason, way beyond the audio quality. So that's it. Ow! Sorry, my cat is shredding my fucking feet to pieces.
But we'll try and make the quality okay too at the same time.
Way beyond anything else is the little community that we have around the whole thing is the greatest thing on earth, and it's the ultimate confidence boost. Yeah. And it's like I don't get upset about the episodes at all anymore. I just roast my old shit because that's a fun thing to do.
Speaking of the community, all my guts. I believe your time has come.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh.
So this is
front and center, young man.
All my guts here. I see you in the chat. I had to pause the podcast to say a few things. One, I don't think "eat your ass out" Tolkien is a real phrase.
Could be, could not be. Well, there's no way to tell.
I can fucking prove it. So
if we said it, it's a phrase. Yeah. And two, I don't want to suck the scotch out of James's beard now in fear of finding a dwarf dick in it. Well, here it is. You can take a look. No, none that I know of.
What the fuck does that even mean? What did we say?
What did we say? It will be.
I think that
be our epitaph, Peter.
Yeah. Pete said that. I remember Pete saying that, but I don't remember the context at all.
I don't remember the dwarf dick in it. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I remember sucking the whiskey out of your beard because there's like it's from The Simpsons, I think, where like Barney is like sucking booze out of the shag in a carpet. So like that made sense to me, but I don't know why there's like a dwarf dick in it.
And found your podcast. Found your podcast on
about the Lord of the Rings episode.
Oh, son of a bitch!
We've only been doing this for 4 years, guys. Give us a break.
Well, yeah. I had a guess on that one, but the Scotch one is a little more in the dark.
Yeah.
For your found your podcast on Pandora, started listening at work, found it hilarious, informative, and entertaining. Can't wait to get to your current stuff. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, all my guts. And you can put that on a piece of corn, he says. So he's definitely listened to the older episodes.
Yeah, he's OG. Yeah. You can buy that if you want a blank piece of corn logo.
and Darnell also said it in chat at about the same time. So.
Oh my god, guys! The next email is the dating vid one.
Okay, I think we'll probably save the video. You guys just want to bust the video out now? Or you want
I'm so excited to see it. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either. Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
I drank scotch one episode, and Pete talked about sucking the scotch out of his beard. Then we went on a break and talked about how dwarves hide their erections in their beard. Okay, that sounds about right.
I mean, sounds like us, if I'm being honest.
I'm not calling you a liar, but I am going to call my lawyer.
Okay, I'm gonna. It's gonna get messy when I do this.
How many people are in chat right now? Just out of curiosity, because I'm the poor man with one screen, so I don't know.
It looks like 14 I'm seeing, but I never trust that number. I don't know.
Wonderful bastard.
Okay, I know I downloaded this video, but I don't know where I saved it, so I'll just re-download it.
Just for context, in our most recent episode at Time of Writing about Magic the Gathering, about new Phyrexia, our LoreBoys Prime was that we should receive some dating video VHSs so that you could court and possibly mate with and be eaten by Sheoldred, who's one of the Phyrexian Thanes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then some absolute mad lad, Bison, actually sent it to us.
Okay, Jamie's got some chat.
Looks a lot like Jamie.
This guy looks a fair amount like Jamie. Yeah, Caleb. Let's hide the chat box for a sec. Let's hide the LoreBoys
Dude,
logo for a sec.
He's just a white dude with a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know if he looks a lot like, but I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
You guys got a similar nose, I would say. Not similar eyes. I
He's
think
got
his eyes actually kind of look like mine.
Okay.
They're the
All
window
right.
to the soul. What can I say? Okay.
He's got thicker burns than you do, because your beard starts and stops to your chin because you shave your burns down, where he doesn't. He's got a little bit more like Canadian founding father sort of thing going on there.
All I know is I'm already in love.
Yeah. Well, I was just about
Before
to
we
say,
even pop the VHS in.
I was just about to say, when I said he looks like you, Jamie, I meant that as an enormous compliment to Caleb, because I'm extremely aroused by it.
Good.
I guess chat, like, go crazy if you hear no sound. I don't know if it's going to play sound for you guys, but I assume it will. So I'm sorry you just get this little window on the side. But
Hey, all, quick shout out to LoreBoys Prime for giving me this opportunity to get myself out there. My
Great
name's
voice.
Caleb, I'm 26, and my blood type is O positive.
I lost the audio. Did we ask him for his blood type?
Yeah.
Blood types are good, man.
It's being consumed. Maybe you want to know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. I'm going to re-download that bad boy.
I'm so happy this happened. I can't remember. I think it in our Discord, which you should join if you haven't, loreboys.com/about. He was just like, "Oh, I want to send you guys a video, but should I?" And we were all just like, "Yeah,
Please?
do it."
Please? Okay, let's try this again. I mean,
All right.
if the audio cuts out, it might be the video.
Hey, all, quick shout out to LoreBoys Prime for giving me this opportunity to get myself out there. My name's Caleb, I'm 26, and my blood type is O positive.
That is too bad. He keeps cutting
Nice
off.
spider monster.
he cuts back in at some point.
I guess we're harvesting gold is per 4 millimeters. Roughly 4 millimeters. Skin thickness is roughly.
We lost him for just a sec. Oh no.
Okay.
Lots
roughly
of
4
jump cuts,
millimeters,
though.
which I'm told is perfect for harvesting. I guess what I'm looking for is to settle down with a nice spider monster, multi-mouth or not, maybe even a
Multi-mouth
nice
or not.
tall vampire lady. If you're interested, please reach out to LoreBoysPodcast@gmail.
Oh,
Please reach out to LoreBoysPodcast@gmail.
Fuck.
it's
I
gonna
can read his
come back.
lips.
Thank you all. And P.S. I still have both my kidneys, so act fast.
Big plus.
Hey,
What did he say? So what?
He has both his kidneys.
So, and then he says something at the end.
Yeah, I got that for me.
That's good.
fantastic.
Thank you
That
so
is
much.
very
Thank
good.
you. That is fantastic. I hope that encourages other people to do the irresponsible thing of sending us videos of themselves.
Yeah.
The next
Take
time we do
care.
one of these episodes, we'll definitely feature you.
Yeah, take care, all my guts. Thank you so much, Caleb, for sending that. That was hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh fuck.
Did he mention anything in the actual email itself? A little nervous to send this, but I did say I would. Hope y'all liked it. We loved it.
Yeah.
We loved it. We love you. It was great. The time I remember meeting you on Voice when you joined the Minecraft stream I had on a voice channel in Discord, and you were like, "Oh, I didn't expect it to make me join Voice on mic here." And we just talked about Redstone for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. helped Ethan set up his automatic archery range, where if you shoot targets, another target comes up, kind of thing.
Yeah, you press a button and a bunch of targets appear.
Yep.
Now I'm
That's
hearing
cool.
the Canadian shit. Now that we're boozy, this is the targets.
Gets harder when we get boozier for sure.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
for sure, eh?
So
Who's reading next?
Who did last?
I think
I
Peter's
did
up
last,
next.
but I think we cut the order.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
It's
I
Fragile
think-
Shark. Fragile Shark, we know you're in chat.
I think, hey, Kyle, you fucking bastard. Your hot dog facts, you piece of shit. I can see them in the inbox now. No, I need to do. I've got the one here.
Juicy, we've been talking to you all day. I didn't realize you were fitty. So. Hi.
So, mailbag, Fragile Shark 526 in the Discord. Just a little late one for the mailbag. To the one and only show daring enough to cover Pikmin and the Divine Comedy. That is true.
Pikmin 4, when, Nintendo, when?
If one of you could bring up the stats on the Pikmin episode, because God King Prime Terry wants that to be our best episode. I just want to see the numbers on that one.
Sure,
Thanks for making my Wednesdays at work the easiest full shift of the week and protecting me with lovely art on my face masks. Oh, that's true. Yes. Yeah. So like, TeePublic does do masks because our merch store is made to order. So if you want masks or shirts or binders or like baby clothes or whatever the fuck, they'll just print whatever we give them on your thing. So that's true. And he sent me a picture once that is just him wearing 2 or 3 masks covering his entire head. I do remember seeing that.
Dude, I want to get a mask. I didn't even know that they did that. That's sweet.
Yeah. I mean, how much have I really told you about that thing that I barely manage by myself? Also, thanks to Darnell and Jesterful and Bray, Papa Bray on Twitch. I think he's one of our patrons. He's got the self-promo channel on Discord as well. And all the other Discord lore folk for making that a fun place to learn new nerd shit and otherwise just hang out. Came for the pandemic, stayed for the homies. Oh, dude, that's a great one. Put that on a fucking shirt. You sell it, though. Perpetually looking forward to your next episode, Fragile Shark.
Hey. That was the most beautiful one. I was so excited to end with that, but then Juicy had to come and ruin it, huh? No, I'm kidding. Juicy in chat says, wait, so I can get masochistic Mario on a mask? And that is absolutely something that Pete can do for you.
I think you can do that right now. I think it's already
It might
done.
already be on the store, yeah.
It's great alliteration too.
Yeah, masochistic Mario. Darnell says Ethan's, he meant to say fiance, but he said finance, and I like to think it was a Freudian slip because he says Ethan's fiance just had dollar signs in her eyes. When I guess we were talking about all the masks that we could sell.
Oh, yeah. So I just checked the store page. You can absolutely get masochistic Mario on a mask.
I don't. All right.
I have no idea how our podcast hosting site works. I don't know how to get the analytics that you asked for Pikmin.
Oh, I'll do it.
Top
Fine.
episode
Give me the next email anyway.
I know we have more downloads than that.
So we got Kyle J here, and he says, "Hey boys, love the podcast. Really hope the stream is going well, and I think it is. I hope it is. Yeah,
You're here.
It was absolutely Transformers when James wanted to fight the cars.
Oh, you fuck!
Thank you for helping us with our work and commute. Thank you so much for confirming that, because we need that to be brought up and remembered forever. Any more thought on the Discord Among Us? It'd be hella cool if you guys would do more Titanfall, Apex, Monster Hunter, Mega Man. Mega Man would be cool, actually. I haven't thought about that.
More Monster Hunter, definitely.
This is great because I thought, Titanfall sounds great. So we all associate it with it.
Well, and he sent us the Team 4-Star who makes DBZ Abridged. I'll put the link into the chat if anyone wants to check it out. And thank you for sending us. And he says, thanks for all the fun.
Yeah,
always.
Pete, do you want to read? Do you want to read the final hot dog fact of the day?
If I have to. Okay, so he changed the font so it's large. I'm just gonna back up a bit. Forgot to send hot dog facts in my last email. Did you know that hot dogs are also identified as frankfurters or wieners? Some companies use sodium nitrate in the hot dogs to protect them against bacterial infection. It's used as a food preservative. However, the fact that sodium nitrate can turn into a cancer-causing chemical when it breaks down in the stomach is very disturbing. The world's most expensive hot dog was sold at a price of $145.49, which is much less than what I bought.
Thought
I thought would be $420.69. Sorry.
Peter's like, let me, the guy with glasses, back up for this bit and get away from my screen.
Yep.
By the way, I send so many hot dog facts in WoW that I know which website he's pulling
You got
these from.
banned.
Yeah, I got banned for a couple days, and now that I run into people on the Zeppelin and they know me and they ask for facts, like UNICEF, give me a fact. So,
Pikmin is our number 30 most downloaded episode. So you guys have some fucking work to do to make Terry's sick kid's dream come true.
Yeah, you guys have to realize Terry's our boss.
Yeah. And all those baseball players who hit a bunch of home runs are already fucking dead. So now you just need to listen to the Pikmin episode more.
As far as Discord Among Us goes, like if people want to organize games in the Discord, I'm always super down for them. I would do them anytime we can get 10 people going. I'm down to hop in a couple for sure.
Yeah,
I'm really our boss. We can have 2 bosses.
Yeah, I've been really into like For the King and Terraria lately. If anyone has some type of Terraria world that they want to go hang out in, I'd be definitely down.
I have and love Terraria as well.
Yeah.
So that's all the emails. Thanks so much for everyone who sent them. We were really like, hey, we need to wait for enough emails to record an episode, and now we've ended up with 2 hours worth of emails. So
yeah,
thanks so much. It's all because of you guys, and we're not even done. We have a game to play that you guys can play along with for sure.
Yeah. The specials come around once in a while, and then just enjoy it. It's probably too much for your data.
Yeah.
So guys, cue the theme music. It's time for Who Said That? So the rules of this game is I'll say a quote, and it will be from either myself, Ethan, or Peter. If you can guess the episode that it came from, that's extra points. If you can guess the name of the episode, that's even more points. And I'll also give the context around what we said too.
Yeah,
So-
I gotta not look at chat for this though, because chat is gonna be really good at it, and they'll just tell me the answer, and I'll
Mods, emote only. Oh no, because they need to be able to guess. Just no cheating.
I just won't look at chat. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll put a little note. I'll put a notepad up over the chat window here.
Okay. Transformers, Jamie's giving you bedroom eyes. Shut the fuck up. All right.
Ethan said that. Ethan.
Yeah. So you guys ready to play?
Just super quick, are we going to do the chats first before we chime in? Just because I can't see chat at all.
No, I can't see chat either anymore.
Okay.
Don't worry about chat. I'll take care of it all. You guys just be yourselves.
Yeah. That's your
Maybe we can
responsibility.
start the chat now. So you guys can talk shit about me and Peter, and we can't see it.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, Luis, just joined. Thank you, Luis. He says pretty boys.
Here, as I have to look away from chat, Luis.
Long-time Prime subscriber, like 40 months or something stupid, like when we were trying to get partner or whatever.
Yeah.
Boys.
So let's start off with Who Said That. The first one is, here's the quote. And again, you have to guess the name, and if you can guess the episode, that's extra points. So, with teleporters, you'll never be alone. Teleport me a friend, please. I'm lonely enough to hang out with a meat monster. What can I say?
Okay.
Was it Jamie?
I want to say Ariane says me. My fiance says me. I say Jamie. I think. I'm a lock in Jamie.
So we'll let chat come up with who said it, and in the meantime,
sounds like something I would say, and she's making me doubt my guess.
Honestly, Ariane, the last time that we pulled these up off air, Ariane was really good at knowing when they were you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's impossible to fucking know what episode that's from for me, because like we've talked about teleporters 1,000 times.
No, but there was a meat monster thing. So I'm gonna say I don't know, Dead Space, but it's not Dead Space. Well, I'll say Dead Space. I don't think you went. I don't even know if you went that far back in the quotes, but
I basically pulled from anything after episode 100 when we did the last game of this. So
yeah, which is like 60, 66 or something.
Yeah. So I'll tell you now, it was Ethan. So Helios got it right, Ariane got it right, and you guys are 0 and 0. This was from.
As long as I'm not losing a Pete so far.
Fuck you.
I definitely lost this the last time we played it.
This was from Schrodinger's grandma, which, do you remember which lore that was?
Schrodinger's grandma? No, I do not remember.
No, I don't.
Darnell had it right as well, and it is Risk of Rain lore. So we were talking about the vastness of space, and then we started talking about the speed of light, and like if one planet was moving away at 3/4 for speed of light, and another one was moving, you'd never be able to travel, and how lonely space really was. And the whole subplot of Risk of Rain is creating teleporters. So we started joking around about like teleport me this, teleport me that, and then we would send you a friend, but they would get it wrong, and a meat monster would show up in your living room.
Right.
And,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's where it came from.
Absolutely.
Next one is, it looks like a garbage disposal. Oh, sorry, let me say it again. It looks like a garbage disposal, except the garbage is poor people.
I think I said that.
I think I said that. See, I think I'm funnier than Pete. And Pete
No,
thinks I'm
fuck
funnier than me.
So do you guys have any idea, while the chat guesses, do you have any idea?
We're both going to have egg on our face when it turns out it was Jamie.
Do you guys remember what episode it could be from at all?
No.
Any guesses?
Gosh. Garbage disposal, but the garbage disposal is poor people.
I don't know. Is it like
But
Starship Troopers, where we're doing like
that's a good guess.
government?
At the very least, that's a good guess, Peter.
Okay.
I'll say, I'm not gonna come up with a better guess than Starship Troopers.
All right, so it's from the episode From the Neck Down. It's all baby meat.
It's Alita.
Yes, Battle Angel Alita, and it was Peter. So
yes, because that totally sounds like something I was saying.
Yeah. So like the whole thing in Alita, like there's a rich person town like above, and then a poor person shanty town below.
Yeah,
and there's like a tether going up and down, and to keep the poor people from to keep the poor people from climbing up, there's these spiraling blades.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, like a garbage disposal is true, because in Alita it's like the two alternating razor blade things that go down the chain, like you would have in your sink. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It felt familiar.
Darnell's perfect score so far, by the way.
Motherfucker!
Yeah.
I'm coming to Boston. I'm going to go see my racist great uncle. Then I'm coming to see you.
Yeah. Ethan was saying, like, that's so inefficient. Why don't they just put an electric charge on the thing? And then I was saying, no, then they'd hook all their trailers up to it and get free power.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You don't want them to heat their inflatable pool for free, idiot. Come on.
That was a good one, because I could see any of us having said that quote for sure.
Right. Next up is, that's what I call my butt, the chaos hole.
That's a Jamie. That's got Jamie all over it. Come
on. Yeah, I'll agree. That's
Jamie for me. I will say it's definitely not Peter. And if it's Peter, God, I'm gonna look foolish.
I'll give that one to Jamie as well.
How's Ariane?
It's either you or Jamie.
She agrees.
Okay.
Also not Peter. Yeah, that's her vote.
Any guess on the episode?
Some Warhammer shit.
It was like a crazy episode that had like many twists and turns.
Kid Icarus.
Yeah, it was Kid Icarus. I primed you earlier this episode for that one. So it's called Good Lord, What Is Happening? And that's Kid Icarus lore.
That was the name of the episode.
Yeah. And it was Ethan.
Yes.
Hey,
so Helios is 3-0. Darnell is 3-0. The whole context behind it, we were talking about flying too close to the sun, and Achilles' heel versus Icarus' finger, and then Kid Icarus actually falls into a chaos hole, And then I was like, oh, that's when Ethan flew too close to the sun after he called his butt the chaos hole. And yeah, that was that.
That's what I call my butt.
Yep.
I knew it was me because that's what I call my butt.
Yep.
I knew that much at least.
I
I don't even remember. I'm 4 beers in now, 5 beers in, and I don't remember if I guessed me or if I guessed Jamie. But I know I guessed not.
You
Peter.
guessed me.
I'm giving myself the point for guessing not Peter.
No, you guessed me. You guessed me like definitively me. But you can have the point. Take your points.
I'm 3 beers and half a pint of spritzer in, which is just half a pint of wine mixed with sparkling water. No, you and I guessed Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next up, would you want to be stitched together with parts of your family or be $40,000 in debt?
I hate the fact I can't remember any of this, and I'm like laughing at our own jokes because they're so funny
Not even
sometimes.
clear does this mean anything to me?
I'm gonna give this one to Ethan.
I'm gonna say Jamie.
Okay.
Because Jamie loves the what ifs. Jamie loves the hey, what about this? What about that? What about hot
Right.
dog fat? Huh?
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Yeah.
And
That's
No idea. This is the craziest question.
Again, I'll say I'm pretty sure not Peter.
okay. And what about the episode? Any guesses on?
Can you read the quote again?
Would you want to be stitched together with parts of your entire family or be $40,000 in debt?
I'm gonna guess the I have no mouth, but I must scream episode.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Oh yeah, that was another Dutch Peter, I think.
Request.
He asked for that one. The Homeboy's got my number on the other side of the fucking ocean, dude. I have no fucking idea what episode that could possibly be from.
It's called Beans and Blood Everywhere. Does that ring a bell?
Turning the Phyrexians.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
I was gonna say Phyrexia, and then I was like, I think.
Oh, it's about student debt because the fucking academy.
it was actually about Phyrexian healthcare, and Peter said it.
Oh, Peter did say it. Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
And
I am
Helios
over,
is-
I don't know, 5 at this point.
Helios is still wait, how many are 1, 2, 3, 4? So Helios is perfect score so far. He
Damn,
knows
dude.
her stuff.
Is he just like speed listening to every episode every time you ask a question?
You
Like,
can't even like search it unless he's been like typing out everything we say.
Oh yeah,
can't-
do you transcribe our episodes for when we eventually need subtitles?
God bless you. I know.
I love the next one. Naturally, the monkey man with the 12-inch steak and cheese wasn't going to fly in the 1995 point-and-click adventure game.
Well, that's
That was me. That is, I have no mouth.
I have no mouth for sure. And I'll give it to Pete too. I think.
Fucking Harlan Ellison's fucking steak and cheese is a T-shirt. That was a request.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys both got it. It was Peter, and I have no mouth. But Helios... Oh, he changed to Peter last minute, so he did get it.
Fuck. Yeah, no, that one's easy because that one's merch. You can get Harlan Ellison's 12-inch steak and cheese on a shirt if you want.
Oh, Fragile's wearing the Harlan Ellison mask at work right now. That is awesome.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
That was one of his masks.
That is amazing.
Good God.
Yeah,
What a little village we've built. Fuck.
The next one is, they say the first person to get a cum heart transplant is already born. That's how fast technology is moving.
That's gotta be Ethan.
I'm locking in Jamie 100% on that one. Oh,
Now you doubt myself because you've known him longer.
I got Peter because Peter was like, "That's definitely me," and I was like, "Yeah, it's definitely Peter." Could have easily been me who said that, but I'm a guess Jamie.
Okay. Any guess on what the episode might be? It's
Okay,
kind of
hit me
hard.
with the quote one more time because I'm so busy laughing at them that I don't think about it.
They say the first person to get a cum heart transplant is already born. That's how fast technology is moving.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That didn't help. But no.
So, I'll give you the episode name first. A man disguised as 2 men in a trench coat. Does that ring a
It's a
bell?
Warhammer. It's the Space Wolves episode.
Exactly, yeah.
Space Wolves? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so Ethan...
Because I drew the Emperor of Mankind in a trench coat. That's the only reason I can remember that.
Yeah. And Ethan was explaining what the gene seed was and comparing it to not seed, because I was like, all right, yeah, seed. And then I let it get all quiet and I was like, but is it cum? And then we all had a good laugh about it. And then you explained to me why it wasn't a seed, but it was more like a heart made of seed. And then it was me. I said the first person, the bird, someone's already born to have that. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the board, fellas.
So who's winning?
I haven't been following. All I know, Darnell is 100% so far.
Darnell's not human though, so
yeah. He's from Boston.
Well, we've already established he's an AI that Jamie created to just listen.
Yeah, right.
So Peter, I think you got, and I'm sure Darnell could just tell us what the score is at, but I'm sure
I have got two.
Carlin Ellison.
Yeah,
and I got this one, but I think you also got another one. I don't remember.
So
two total.
With teleporters, you'll never be alone. Teleport me a friend, meat monster. Nobody got it. Looks like a garbage disposal, except the garbage is poor
Alita,
people.
I got that one.
I wasn't sure if you said that. It may
yeah,
be.
you got Alita.
I didn't get the bonus. But that sounded like something I would say.
Okay,
Guys,
I'm using Notepad to cover my chat box, so I'll just start writing this down. If we care, I'll just start writing it down.
So write Peter and your name. Peter's at 1.
Now that it counts. Now that you're on the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peter's at 1.
Peter's at 2. Carlin Ellison and Alita Battle Angel. He got.
Okay, yeah, I was going down the list one by one, but yeah.
And I got this one.
Okay. That's what I call my butt, the chaos hole. You guys both guessed me, I think, and it wasn't me.
It was me.
Exactly.
You guys thought I was much more crude than I actually am. I'm a civilized man.
Would you want to be stitched together with parts of your entire family or be $40,000 in debt? I don't remember if anyone got that one right. I don't think so.
I didn't. That's because of the
that
Karn episode.
That was the Alita Battle, right?
That was the Karn and the Phyrexians. That's why I was going one by one. Don't get ahead of us. Peter's at 1, and then now we're at the I have no mouth, and I want to say Bazinga. And I think Pete got that one right, and you got that one right too.
Yeah, I did, but I only said it because of Pete. It felt like cheating to me, but I'll give myself a point.
Give it. Yeah.
Give him a half.
I'll give myself a point. It's fine, Pete.
And then we have the Cumheart Transplant.
Nope.
Cumheart Transplant I got.
Yeah. And then now we are completely on new territory.
All right. Now we're in Darnell territory.
Oh, we had the Monkey Man with the 12-inch stick. Oh, yeah, we already said that. Okay.
Yeah, Monkey Man with the 12-inch steak and cheese was Harlan Ellison.
Okay. So the next quote is, could Jesus work his neck out so much that even he could not snap it?
I think I know this one. I want to hear what Pete says because I think I know this one. I don't want to.
I'm trying to remember because we have like certain kind of delivery methods. Jamie's good. Jamie is a absolutely wonderful improv setup, so I'm going to give this one to Jamie. The episode, I have no fucking idea.
Okay. Neck workout. I'm going to guess it's a Space Marines episode, but I'm not going to be able to guess which one. Just because like neck workout, they have beefy necks.
Could Jesus work his neck out so much that even he could not snap it?
I'm going to say me. Okay. I don't know if it was me, but I do think this a lot. I do pose that question. I always think of the Homer Simpson, could Jesus microwave a burrito so hot even he couldn't eat it? I think that a lot. Anytime like comparisons come up, I often think that quote in my head. So I'm going to guess me.
But I often think of like Jamie is like God King of layups is why I think it was probably him, because he's always just like, here's a funny thing, go.
Yeah. So this one was Ethan. And
yes.
Yeah.
I Helios, it enters my head all the time, that thought. Could Jesus do this thing so much that even he couldn't do it? Like, it's just...
Yeah, and Darnell's still perfect score, dude. You're godly.
Fucking how?
Yeah. And the episode was Intro to Making Your Own Fago, SCP-101.
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
Intro to Making Your Own Fago is a great name for it.
Yeah. And I made that episode title. I remember that. You're welcome.
You're the source of a lot of our episode titles, though.
For sure.
So this was talking about SCP-173. It was that like oversized head with little limbs, concrete monster with a spray painted face on it.
Oh, the neck snappy guy.
Yeah. I remember the art. The guy's got the eyes on springs on the back of his
Yeah,
helmet.
I remember. I remember the drawing. Yeah.
Darnell says, "Why do I know this? I'm so lonely, dude. We are your friends. We're hanging out all in the podcast world.
Yeah, your friends are here, Darnell.
Cool.
We're just salty that you're beating us.
Yeah. Fuck.
So the next one is, if you got sent boods, as in boo nudes, if you got sent boods, it would be hard to look at them because they would go invisible every time you look directly at them.
So it's Luigi Mansion. It's got to be, right?
It is Luigi's Mansion.
Who said it? I'm gonna say Jamie. This one. That's just philosophical enough to be Jamie for me.
Yeah, because it's clean too. Jamie's not the despicable savage that Ethan and I are in a lot of cases. He's vastly more polite.
This is what I call my butthole host.
Yeah, and Jamie doesn't joke about shredding 4 people into sandwich meat either. So
Okay,
Ethan and I have the same vote, but also Luigi's Mansion. You said it.
You guys got the episode and the person. And this is Darnell's first point that he didn't get. He said Peter.
Oh.
He's still doing very well, like better than I would expect anyone to do.
Hey man, after I re-listen to every single one of our episodes and write down everything I've ever said, I'm gonna kick your ass, you idiot.
This is to me the moment in DreamWorks The Road to El Dorado when they're playing basketball with an armadillo.
Yes.
And one of them gets a cut on the cheek because they've been faking gods this whole time.
Gods don't bleed.
Gods don't bleed. We're coming for you, Darnell. We're coming for you.
That is, without question, one of my favorite films on the planet Earth.
The Road to El Dorado is fantastic.
It's so good. I love Elton John. I love hand-drawn animation. I love Kevin Kline, whoever the British guy was who played Miguel.
I don't know. Alan Rickman.
So the context around that one is we're talking about the Boo Woods, where the house in Luigi's Mansion 3 is going to be.
Yeah.
And someone, rather than say Boo Woods, say Boods. I think it was Ethan. And then I cut in with Boods. It would be hard to look at them because it would go invisible every time you looked directly at them.
Yeah.
And then Ethan said, well, you just have to look at them through a mirror.
Always carry a mirror with you for the boods.
Yep. This one is a two-parter. So it's one person says one thing and another person responds with another thing, and it's 2 separate members of the show.
Oh, shit.
So you have to, so you have to guess the first one and the second one.
Okay. So the setup and the payoff.
Yeah.
I get so competitive. I'm like, man, I want to get this.
I just want to beat Darnell, the motherfucker.
Yeah.
We'll add our points at the end and we'll beat him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So keep your clothes on, keep the lights out. That's what I always say. And then someone said, I only fuck my waterfall through a hole in the sheet.
I said the waterfall thing. I remember that.
I think first me, second Peter.
Yeah.
The episode? No idea. Gorsh. I only fuck my waterfall through a hole in the sheet. Let's CSI this one, huh? Let's break it down, huh?
Okay.
What?
So
when did we talk about waterfalls? Yeah, Ariane's asking for the quote read back, please. Can you run it back?
keep your clothes on, keep the lights out. That's what I always say. And then followed by, I only fuck my waterfall through a hole in the sheet.
She says Jamie to Ethan. I say me to Peter, but I'm super unsure. I think any one of us could have said either of those quotes. You know what I mean? Like,
and the episode, I have no fucking idea. No fucking idea.
Okay, I'll go me to Jamie, just to differentiate me and Pete on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go you to me because in my head, like, a thing to make fun of is like Amish people fucking in the hole in the sheet. Like, that's like in my head, that joke makes sense.
Okay, so Darnell said Jamie to Peter, and Fragile Shark said, I love how everyone can bullseye Pete about talking about fucking through sheets.
Yeah, well.
Fuck it. Well, hey, when you're got, right?
Yeah. So it was Ethan to Peter.
Ethan to Peter. That was my first guess. But
I got it. What
I got one. Peter got
episode
two.
possibly be?
Darnell got one, and Fragile was perfect on that one. And this was Hail with a handbag.
Kyle with a handbag.
Oh, that's Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about a waterfall. I don't remember why. And like you said before, I kind of lay up. I was like, oh, waterfall. Nice thing about a waterfall, it always goes down on you. And then Ethan's like, Jamie, oral sex is a sin. Keep your clothes on. Keep the lights out. That's what I always say. And then Peter's like, I only fuck my waterfall through a hole in the sheet. And I think I said something like, that's how waterboarding started, or something like that.
Oh, that was nice.
Man,
See, we're tied by my count. I have no idea if my count's accurate or not, but we're tied.
I'm not tracking it.
Yeah.
I got one of my hands in my jeans right now. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
We got 2 more left. This one I think you might get, but we'll see. This universe is Minecraft.
Oh, that's Jamie for sure.
Yeah, you said that. That was the Nazi dimension in one of your SCP episodes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Nazi kittens. Yeah. Infinite Nazis and infinite kittens, 2 different dimensions.
Right.
It's got to be Jamie. That's too clever for me or Peter.
So that was me, and that was talking about the infinite kitten universe being bored because the scientist was trying to get to the infinite Nazi universe, but somehow accidentally went into the infinite kitten universe.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about the infinite Nazi universe, and I was waiting for I remember for 45 seconds I had that in my head, but you guys wouldn't stop talking. Like, please let me get this out. Please let me get this out. And it happened. Yeah.
That and you telling that story about you waiting to get this out makes me think of the story you just told about the what does it come? I'm willing to bet you were waiting on that one for a while too.
So last one of the day. Helios got that last one right too. Someone came in and said more SCP. Of course, more SCP. We'll get to maybe this week. I don't even know what I'm doing in 2 days. So yeah. So the last one for today is speaking of better Woodies. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm gonna say me.
Okay.
Lock it in.
No, I said that 3 days ago.
It wasn't long ago because it was Valentine's Day. So
Yeah, no, I said that this week on Magic the Gathering about New Phyrexia.
Okay. So I'm going to stall a little bit to give time for chat to catch up, but you guys are definitely onto it. So Darnell got his thing in. He said Peter, and it was actually Ethan last week. It was after Peter talked about shark penises.
Number 1, baby.
Yeah, I said
Happy Valentine's Day, you fuck.
I said howdy, and then Pete's like, good Woody impression, and then Peter's like, that wasn't Woody, that was the shark. And I was like, well, I actually learned my impression from the shark because it's better to learn impressions from somebody else doing the impression rather than the person themselves. And then you started talking about shark penises, Pete, and then Ethan's like,
oh, sorry.
Yeah. And then Ethan's like, speaking of better Woodies, happy Valentine's Day. I wanted to see if you guys would even remember last week, and I'm glad that Pete did. So,
I'm glad we barely.
Ethan got that one.
Ethan got it right.
Ethan got that one. Ethan
right.
Ethan got the person right, yeah. And that was New Phyrexia. So. All this shark penis talking.
Because I know when Valentine's Day is.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for playing again. I think next time we do this, maybe in 50 episodes or whatever, we'll actually take the time to write down the timestamps and be able to edit in the clips afterwards so you guys can enjoy the laughs together with us.
Oh, that would be interesting, yeah.
That would be fun. And that way Jamie could just be like, let's go to the clip to find out.
Ethan, are you eating on an episode again?
I am, yeah. She brought me garlic bread. What do you want from me? I'm not made of stone.
Well, that is the end of our episode anyways. Thank you so much. This is a long one. We're going to have to get creative on how we put it up. We might just put it up unedited and it'll be more to listen to.
It's going to be raw. It's the LoreBoys nights, so we don't really care about the quality of it. I hope it's not like frame drops or we're cutting in on the Twitch because it sounds like we're pulling it from the VOD. Yeah. Fragile Shark says, all this shark penis talk makes me feel singled out, which is fair.
Darnell,
we were talking about this. So.
And Darnell really is the winner, although...
Oh yeah, no kidding. Jesus.
Yeah, you knew more than all of us. I would not know these things if I didn't spend 6 hours today just clicking like dropping the needle in random spots and finding the parts, right?
Yeah, Jamie insists on converting all our episodes to vinyl. It's very weird. He has some custom request.
I only have one screen and I don't want to have to tab out while I'm playing WoW, so
The wax cylinder is way more efficient, honestly.
Yeah, so this episode, if you're listening to it, it'll be on the podcast feed at some point earlier than when you're listening to it right now, right?
Yeah.
For everyone in chat, if you wanted to re-listen to this, it'll come out at some point. We don't know when. But it will happen. That
Are
much.
we killing the stream right now?
What's
we
that?
don't have to kill the screen. We're just ending the episode.
Yeah, that's our sign. And that constitutes
Suits.
LoreBoys.
LoreBoys.
No, wait. If you like the show, make sure to support us, LoreBoys Prime. Send Jamie bidets so he doesn't have to carry around toilet paper and be called a dumb idiot who wipes his ass. Look at
You know what? I'll accept someone with
Jamie.
I'll accept someone with a glass of water, a straw, and a hard worker. But
No.
Darnell, write this down because that's going to be on a fucking trivia night one day in 6 months.
No.
I guess that constitutes
LoreBoys.
boys.
LoreBoys.
Out.
Out. What's up,